So we're not going to do the other view. It makes it lag.
Good Lord, Josh Addante is already on.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Sarlacc Digest, a podcast bringing line talk and digesting Star Wars topics over 1,000 years. This is our 73rd episode, being recorded on April 1st. This is not April Fool's. I'm hoping that all the audio and everything is okay. So anybody in the stream that's viewing, can you let us know and give us a thumbs up in the chat room that make sure everything is good, the audio, video is all good. I am your host, Darth Butcher, and I'm joined here with Darth Dad, Chris. Or
Hey,
are we
what's
changing
going on,
that name
everybody?
yet, or?
Whatever the hell you want to call me.
Okay, I'm going to stick with Darth Dad right now. So,
Okay.
what's up, man?
What's up, dude? How you doing?
Good, good. I'm here with Scott Solo
Hey, what's up, nerds?
and Bootleg Joe.
Yo.
Oh no.
I thought we lost him already.
Yeah, I know, right? There is a little bit of a lag issue. I think everybody's pretty much on the internet right now, on Skype and all that stuff. So bear with us, of course, if there's any lag issues. But we're ready to talk some Star Wars amidst this whole chaotic world that we live in now. Missing today, Ernie and Fanboy Mike. They're both working, so they will be missed. But
Essential.
yes, with a did you say essential?
Yeah.
Since when was male stripping essential?
Hey man, it pays the bills.
They won't let Mike off. Sorry, I meant Ernie.
Oh man. Let's see here. I'm just checking the chat.
Good
real
start.
fast.
Good start.
No, I'm just checking the chat. You know, we're live. We're doing this. Just want to make sure everything
Mike-
is good.
Yeah, Michael Horling said Marco volume just a bit. I don't know if that means up or down.
Probably up. Let me,
Probably.
I will adjust that. And like I said, just let us know in the chat when we continue, and hopefully everything works or kind of levels out here or anything. But
Then we'll bookmark everything for every other use.
Okay, Josh says Darth Dad volume down a bit.
Whatever.
Or is that off? Should we put it off?
That's fucked up. Screwed up. I'm out.
There's number one. There's number one.
We're like 2 minutes in, man.
We are now PG-13.
right.
Trying,
so
trying
Darth-
so hard.
Darth Dad up, or Darth Dad down, Marco up.
Okay. I did it.
Is that like a shirt?
Yeah.
I love this. We've got audio producing by our audience. This is great.
Hey, that's what you got to do. I
I
think.
love it.
I've viewed a couple other streams, and they do the exact same thing, just making sure that everybody can hear us okay or not. But maybe turn your end up and down too. So maybe every time Chris talks, turn it down. Every time I talk to her, no, I'm kidding. No, we won't put the audience through
Is that better? I turned my main down. Is that better?
I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna go with unperfect.
It can be.
I'll keep an eye out on the group here.
All right, cool.
And it says bootleg, stay up, bro.
It looks like he's fine.
Fine.
Is he tired? You guys tired?
He's tying his shoes,
Nice.
going for snacks. But that was Mike last week going for snacks.
Oh my God.
Go
Yeah.
for snacks.
Yeah, we lost that video. Fortunately, we lost that video.
Yeah.
So we're here to bring Star Wars and talk Star Wars, right? We're all isolated. We're all doing our social distancing. So we're not in the same room, obviously. It's just, the only thing that we got now is Star Wars. And I've been pretty much going on Disney Plus, and I've rewatching Rebels.
Every day.
Yeah, I've, of course, caught up with the Clone Wars. We'll just talk about in a second here. I've caught up. I've started Rebels again. I don't know why. I just wanted to watch Rebels again. Just, maybe because Clone Wars? I don't know. Just wanted a good cartoon. Well,
Yeah,
again,
I just rewatched all of Clone Wars again, and I'm gonna go right into Rebels. I'm just
Wow.
rewatching everything. You just keep something.
I'm halfway through halfway through the final season of Rebels. So it is so much better this time around than it was the first time too.
Yeah.
I just love it.
yeah. No, it's so good. Like I said, it starts just the intro with Darth Vader talking to us as the audience or the Inquisitor and stuff. It was just, oh my God,
Yeah.
that's what we need. I wanted to ask you guys something real fast, and maybe the chat too. As before we get into the Clone War stuff, I was just thinking about this when I was watching Rebels, and they kind of pan off on some, third, fourth generation characters in the background of just living their lives, vendors, people at home, whatever. I was just kind of thinking, like, I don't know if this would be cool or not, but what if we got a sitcom of just a daily life, almost like a Married with Children type family, but in the Star Wars universe. So everything Star Wars going on in the background for their political news or what shapes their each
like
episode.
dinosaurs.
Yeah. So I mean,
But with Star Wars.
Yeah.
I think I would watch that, like a sitcom.
I'd tune in.
With the Star Wars in the background. So they were like, hey, guess what Darth Vader said today? Or Grand Moff did this order today, or the Emperor had this. And it had that just a comedic feel to it. But it could be actually kind of cool. I don't know. I want Disney Plus to do something like that.
I'd watch it. And, it's probably just a matter of time before they do something like that anyway.
I wouldn't be
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at it, honestly. I mean, I know that we talk a lot of times and we want to get like the meat of Star Wars story, right? We want to get like, Darth Vader story, Yoda, all these backstories and whatnot. But something as simple like that would be very, very interesting, very cool, and very different from what we're used to.
Remember, what was the comedy about they were working on?
Oh, wasn't that Ben
Seth,
Quaginero? Was that a Ben Quaginero from the Pod Racer comedy? That's what I heard. It was a cartoon. It was like a straight up comedy.
There
thing.
was something else too. And I don't remember what it was.
It's not Seth Rogen. What's the other guy's name? Seth.
Oh, Joe.
Seth Green?
Yes.
Seth Green.
Seth
I
Green.
think
Yeah, it was Seth Green.
Was, in charge of it. And
It wasn't
Lucas
1313. It
involved.
was. They actually did a couple of animated shorts on it too, didn't they? Or a couple of test shots.
and the
of it?
animation's horrendous. Yeah,
Well, it was just a test shot though, wasn't it?
it failed.
I don't know.
Yes.
Hey, Mervine has joined us.
Hey, what's up? Actually,
We've
let's
also got
give us a shout
Keith
out.
and-
Who's in the chat with us? All of them.
We've got Mervine, Josh again, still Keith, George Arroyo, and Michael Horlings.
Cool. Josh, that's in the chat. He did our little animated video or animated logo in the front. So a very special thank you for doing that for us. You didn't have to do that, but we all appreciate it. It looks amazing. We love it. Thank you very much.
Bravo, sir.
In the description of this podcast, I put your link in there, so everybody go check out his Imperial Surplus that does all the labeling and stuff for cosplaying, probably just window stickers too. So definitely check that out. That's awesome. Thank you again, Josh.
And And Josh did point out it was Star Wars Detours.
There it is.
Detours.
That's the one. Detours.
See, I keep bringing up that Ben Quadraro thing because that was something George Lucas was working on as a separate cartoon. I know you guys heard of it.
Boy, that would have been right up Chris's alley, pod racing. I mean, don't get any better than that.
Probably the worst
All over it.
looking Star Wars alien, I think, ever.
You know,
Would be him.
did you know that there was a in Clone Wars, there's a point where we're in Anakin's Jedi dorm, right? And you know, like they don't have any decorations. Fucking Anakin has Anakin has posters up on the wall, and there's a Ben Quadraro's pod racing poster above his bed.
Is it really?
No, you don't.
Is it really?
No, he
During the
doesn't.
Clone Wars, I promise you. I'll try to find it and take a picture because I just saw it in the last 2 days.
Okay.
And I
That's
was dying
awesome.
to- Oh, is that serious right now?
Hey, Gordon's on.
What's up, Gordon?
What's up, Gordon?
What's up?
I want a Ben Quadraro poster.
Right. Well, it was all lit up and neon and everything. It looked like he was down in the, at the bar down there in the lower levels.
Uh-huh.
It was like all up in his room.
Oh man, you know what?
That was-
That's actually a good little segue there, down in the lower levels, because Clone Wars got us down into the 1313 den of the lower parts of Coruscant, right? In the past, 2 episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think we were talking about this in chat and stuff when we transitioned to Clone Wars here. Look at that, fancy. I don't know, man. I like that. I like the fact that we got Ahsoka back.
I can't see the
I know you
can't
guys
see the
can't. Don't worry
view. I'm
about it.
assuming you put on the Clone Wars
I
logo
did.
and you pumped.
I
That's
did.
exciting.
I did. Yeah, no worries. Just let me.
Feel the excitement. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, programming at its best. So in the Clone Wars, if everybody's caught up, we're getting Ahsoka's arc now. I don't know how many episodes it's going to be, but I'm hoping it's not just 2 more, because the first 2 episodes of Ahsoka, we got just Ahsoka crash landing on a platform and surviving, just day-to-day routine, right? A couple hints here and there on, I don't know what.
Dude, it's horrendous. It's the
It's
fast
horrendous.
and the forciest, right?
Yeah.
It's killing me. I can't.
I hate it. I'm serious. I
Bad right now, and that's what sucks is we've already know how Ahsoka is. We don't need this buddy up deal right now. It should have got right back into. I mean, I guess it's kind of her going away from the Jedi, but I'd rather her deal with the emotional part, the spiritual part, or any of that kind of thing, and instead of this piece where we're just running from gangsters and doing a job and then having to pay off a different gangster because they screwed up the job for the other gang. We don't need all that right now. We're in the last. I'll tell you right now, the Lost Missions is way better than this season.
Yeah.
Way better.
So far, I'd agree with that. But at the same time, we talked about it in the chat, and that is, I think it's leading us to where she needs to be at the Siege of Mandalore. So we all know Clone Wars. We all know it always drags out with filler episodes until it gets to the point. And I think that's what this is building up to. I think we're going to end up where she needs to be on Mandalore versus Darth Maul and all the above.
See, and here's the thing: when they were in an arc, when you were in a legit arc in Clone Wars, the memorable ones, there were no filler episodes in the good ones. There wasn't. The Mortis arc didn't have any filler episodes. They were all awesome. A lot of those, a lot of the arcs just go through the Yoda and Lost Missions. That whole arc was nonstop.
But at the same time, then we had
a lot of filler, yeah. But when you're coming back here and you're doing the last hurrah, you don't need filler episodes. I don't need 3 episodes to build up to the 4th one. And we did that with the Bad Batch. That was good in the 4th episode. This one's looks like it's gonna be the same thing, good in the 4th episode. If they do Siege of Mandalore for 3 episodes of garbage, and then or not even, I don't mean to say garbage. It's not like it's not good. It's just not great. It's not like, oh, this is like as important as any other arc ever.
Well,
they're not even that important.
For the hype of season 7 coming back, and we're supposed to get these closure of arcs. I get what you're saying. We want something, like you said, like something Ahsoka's been struggling with. Maybe going to the dark side a little bit of her struggle. Like really kind of struggling with her reasoning why she left. There was a couple scenes in these 2 episodes where she does have those look into the sky, like remembering the Jedi, remembering where she came from. That whole feeling of
Her
Anakin
brother
and her, like her and Anakin sensing each other. There is that, and Anakin probably knowing, just letting her go. She's on that ship. There is subtleties to the like. There's nods of where she was coming from, or
Right. And that's probably the last time they see each other. I don't. Oh no, there she's coming back for Siege of Mandalore. Never mind.
Right.
That would have been great if that was the last time they seen each other.
yeah,
And then the next time would be he sensed her in the ship behind him
yeah,
in Rebels.
Which
right?
that's funny because they're doing it again where they're playing these episodes out of order, and we're seeing the Bad Batch, which is out in the Outer Rim, but then there's this set of episodes that takes place pretty much right after like immediately after she left the Jedi Order.
Yeah, you're right.
So here we go again with them playing, Twister with the continuity, and it's unnecessary. They could have started with this, led into the Bad Batch, which was better. I will admit, I think this is still going somewhere, but the Bad Batch was better. And where it's going to end up at the Siege of Mandalore, I wish they would stop dicking around with continuity.
Yeah, I didn't really notice it as bad in Clone Wars until I watched it again, this rewatch, because I'm watching it so consistently straight through that, yeah, it is way out of order in the first two seasons. Way out. And
I never noticed.
I did, because all of a sudden people are dead, and then they show back up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
These last two episodes made me feel like I should have my 8-year-old niece right next to me watching these.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
especially the last episode. I was watching it, and my wife was getting ready to go. She was going to a store or something, and I could feel her giving me this weird look, like why, why are you watching this a feminine type, like, because she's like, what are you watching? And I told her it's Clone Wars, it's Star Wars, and she's like looking at me like, why are you watching this
Like a kiddie
cartoon
yeah.
that's like for girls? Not only that, not only a kiddie cartoon, it felt like it was more directly towards like little girls. And she didn't say that, but she was just like looking at me like, why are you watching this? And I'm like, but I literally felt like I should have my little niece next to me watching this.
I think that was pretty much the point of Ahsoka, for little girls to get into, we have Anakin, they have Ahsoka kind of deal,
I agree.
And it was that way until the hentai came out, and then it screwed it all up. And then people send that shit. I see it.
Yeah. But if they,
but I think that was a bigger. Sorry, dude.
No, it's okay.
That was a bigger issue to me. Is that those characters, the Toretto sisters?
Yeah.
Thanks, Joey.
I don't think I understand that reference, but that's okay.
They weren't originally sisters. They were male parts, and they changed them out for this again. And I think that's just what ends up bugging me with the whole thing since the transition to the purchase, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is they do that a lot, and it does not necessarily take away, but when it's that obvious every time, it's just like stop. You already have Ahsoka as the main character in this. She's
Right.
okay. It doesn't have to be a love interest. She's not going to have anybody else in her life right now, And then, frankly, I think the younger sister here has the thing for Ahsoka. We're going to find that out soon. It's just going to have the whole gamut.
Definitely seems like it.
Well, it's just gonna be like a subtle touch to the hand kind of deal. Because I honestly really didn't get that. Like it's gonna end up being Ahsoka's love interest in this thing. I think it was just the more of kindred spirits finding each other, which is probably how it's gonna play out. Disney does play things pretty close to the chest if it's not books or comics. Like that way. I don't think they're gonna have like Ahsoka just fall in. Just have like another female love interest and take on. This is a kid's cartoon, and I'm not saying that that shouldn't be in a kid's cartoon. It's just that Disney doesn't really do that kind of stuff. I don't know. I could be wrong. But
Times are changing.
Times are changing. But
I
know we've talked about this before. We even had this discussion last week, and I don't know. Because I watched both back to back, and
did we? That discussion kind of went off the rails.
Yeah.
Well,
But we're just talking.
It wasn't me.
Hey Matt, we're just riffing.
It wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you.
But I was actually looking for that comment. What you were saying, like that love interest or whatever it is to Ahsoka. I was looking for it in this 2 episodes. I really didn't feel that too much. Again, I thought it was just kindred spirits kind of deal, friends. No one says anything about Anakin and Obi-Wan. You know what I mean? Like, how much they love and hate each other. It's like, but
Well, they've always been considered a brother relationship.
Yeah.
sure, but this
Or
can
a
develop
father
into
son even.
at the third sister. Who knows? But I get what you're saying.
I can see the lust in that girl's eyes.
Jesus. If it happens, it happens. There's
I don't blame her. I mean, Ahsoka's hot, dude. I don't blame her.
yeah.
Especially when we get into the rumor section later. I might have to, turn my camera off for a second.
You might have to excuse yourself for a minute.
Your camera is off.
No, to you, it's off. to the,
Just,
to the
yeah.
world.
We can't see him, but
It's okay.
Oh, the people can?
Yes.
oh yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yes.
Sorry, folks. I thought you were being
They can
spared.
see my eye rolling in 4K. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Chris.
Is that allowed?
Thank
Can I
you.
do
Yeah,
this?
whatever you want to do, man. That's fine. It's just a finger,
Yeah, I can't say it, but I can imply it.
Oh,
But I do
We
agree.
can blur it out in post.
Yeah, right. I'm not doing that. It's too much work. I do agree with Joey about being a little bit too kid-friendly and too kiddie and too like, what the hell are we watching? We're Star Wars, man. There's no Star Wars in the last 2 episodes.
Not yet, but we did get the Pikes, which was pretty cool.
Okay, but like
That
you
was
said,
it. That was the redeeming factor of the entire episode.
But it
was
took
the
2
Pikes.
episodes to get there.
And Kessel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's probably going to be the Darth Maul tie-in, right? She's going to piss off Darth Maul somehow because she's messing with the syndicates now, and there's going to be your battle. But that even if they go that route, say it's only a 4-episode arc, so with 2 more of Ahsoka, and the last one is just Maul just kind of like, hey, you're interfering with me now, and then they fight and they go off their ways. That is weak. It's a very weak thing. I'm with Chris when. And actually, all of you guys, when you say, "Hey, I want more of this struggle. I want Ahsoka being like she turned away from the Order." Let's get into that. Let's get into the Force calling
Not
her
fixing
back.
cars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the Force calling her back, and like I said, maybe some dark side temptations, but we only have. I mean, this is a limited release, so it's like we don't have a season 8 or 9 to get into these things. We have to just maybe they'll set it up for books or comics or something, but. We have the Ahsoka book already. But.
I think we pointed that out before. They blew their wad on the good stories with Dark Disciple and with the Maul series and with the Ahsoka book and all that. I think the Ahsoka book, I didn't read it, but now we're just
it wasn't an arc, but it could have been easily a quicker arc than it wasn't a great book.
And then we're talking also, we were mentioning the Lost episodes, and the Lost episodes to me also had filler too, with the Jar Jar Binks and Mace Windu episodes.
No. That was an awesome arc. That's the only arc ever I love Jar Jar. Jar Jar was awesome, and with a bunch of Force wielders that didn't like Jedi, and Mace Windu is the Jedi they send to deal with that. Get out of here! You make me cuss in a minute. That was an awesome arc.
We can disagree. That's cool.
Oh no, there is no disagreement. You're wrong. That's all.
Just flat out
we all
wrong.
agree.
Yeah, right.
Saying I'm wrong, isn't that disagreeing? I mean,
not with myself. I'm right on this one.
Okay.
I'm in.
I defer
You're
to
not
you.
even allowed. You're not even allowed to disagree.
No.
Your Highness.
For sure. Let's go watch it right now.
Yeah, right.
That's an awesome. That's like one of my top 6 arcs in the entire series.
I'm
Seriously?
actually gonna probably break off of Rebels a little bit and watch the Lost episodes again. Yeah,
Oh,
Worth
that's
it.
awesome.
I think I
All
will.
of them are.
Yeah.
Except for the Jar Jar Mace Windu episode.
No, dude, no. It was the best. I don't understand how you can say that. It was so good how Mace Windu started to respect Jar Jar. It was unreal.
what?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love it.
That actually woke me up.
Damn. They teamed up. It was like Lethal Weapon. It was awesome.
Oh man.
That's kind of accurate.
Like
Yeah.
the weapon.
It
Wow.
was fantastic. With another race of Force wielders, right? That don't like the
Riggs and
Jedi because
Murtaugh.
the Jedi used to steal their kids.
Uh-huh.
So they don't like the Jedi. It's awesome. And then you have
Maybe I need to
the
watch
Night
it
Sisters. The Night Sisters in it too. Get out of here, Scott. That's a great arc.
I think
gotta
what Scott
watch
is
it again.
objecting to is the Jar Jar team up
No.
with Mace Windu.
That's
not
what
the
makes it
story
so
arc.
much better.
You're
They're such
taking
the
my
opposite
2
people.
least favorite characters, Jar Jar Binks and Mace Windu, and sticking them in an episode together. Yeah.
Man,
Sorry, man.
they are the
Because of this argument
opposite-
right here, I'm gonna go watch it. Just because this argument.
Yeah.
They're complete opposite ends of the spectrum of Star Wars
Yes,
in
they
power.
are.
like if you have the role playing game, Marco will tell me in a minute.
Sure.
Jar Jar's on this end,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And Mace Windu is way the hell over on this end.
No, you're right.
There's no.
You're right
Nice
about
save
that.
there.
It's like they put the names in a bucket and they just pulled out 2 names. They go, okay, you got Jar Jar, you got Mace Windu. Make a story.
And it was fantastic.
I
And,
bet you that's exactly how they came up with that idea to come up with an arc. Here's 2
Okay,
characters.
everybody listening and watching, please go watch this arc this week, and then blast in the messenger, either on our post or in the messenger, or whatever, and blast Marco. Tell me he's wrong.
Not me.
Yeah,
I
tell
didn't
me.
say anything.
Me? Yeah, I'm the one who's saying it.
Scott.
I told
when
you
they're
I
together-
shouldn't even be on right now. Okay.
Josh Addante says it's gold.
See,
When they're together, is it like Pulp Fiction with Samuel Jackson and John Travolta? Is that what kind of chemistry they got?
Kinda.
Yes,
Kinda. Yeah.
No, those guys already have a respect for each other. These guys had to gain it.
Yeah.
It was awesome watching it because eventually Mace Windu's like, yeah, Jar Jar's pretty badass, and I'm like, whoa, what just happened?
Mace
And it was
Windu's a
off.
foot massage master. Doesn't need to be tickling or nothing.
What the fuck? Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
the fudge?
down
You brought up
everything.
Pulp Fiction, so
Oh, fudge.
But yeah,
What
so
the fudge?
everybody watch and tell Scott how wrong he is.
well, you
Please
should
tell
watch
me
it.
how wrong I am.
Yeah, you should watch it anyway. But I don't know. I'm maybe
no,
50-50.
specifically for this.
I'm maybe 50-50
specifically-
as I love the art, I love
Yeah.
the story, like everything that you'd mentioned. But at the same time, I can't watch Jar Jar on screen or cartoon or anything. It's
I can't watch
so
him with
hard.
Padme or the droids, but when he's with Mace Windu, it's awesome.
I don't know, man.
Okay, then, well, let's watch this, and then we'll have Thunder Court after, and we'll have a it suck or not.
Can we pause this for like 2 hours?
Yeah, sure. We just go watch it. Absolutely.
No. I tell you what, my homework will be watching it this weekend, and then we can discuss next time.
All right.
With an objective mind, just gonna sit down. Okay, open.
Exactly.
All right.
I will open my mind and I will watch it. Maybe I need to come over to Chris's place, borrow some of his stash, open my mind.
Just don't go upstairs. That's what I've been told.
Okay, don't go.
You don't want to see any.
All right.
I don't want the swing. I don't need any of that.
So after I do my chores tomorrow, I'll watch it.
There you go.
You got chores.
Okay, hang on. Josh says Scott is right about that episode. I don't know what that episode. Which episode is that? Because it was like an arc.
It means that arc.
Probably the arc that the Mace Windu Jar Jar.
There we go. Josh Addante agrees with me.
No, he's wrong. You need to go rewatch it. You can't just say it from now on. You watch it like
I'm gonna
3 weeks.
I will. I
gotta be like
promise you.
scratch.
I am gonna go rewatch it because I think I went in that episode arms folded anyway just because of who was in it, and I just really just
Yeah.
kind of like, oh, that was cool, and then just went off to something else.
The Night Sister. I don't remember. I think it was Mother Taliesin, but it was hard to tell, right? They all look alike, Night Sisters. I can't.
That's true.
tell.
Sure.
But she fought Mace Windu with like a dark force saber. She conjured it and fought his lightsaber. How is that not awesome?
No, that's
cool.
I don't think anybody's
Right.
disagreeing. That's not the issue.
Yeah, there's aspects of all of the episodes that are actually pretty cool, but I mean, or at least 90% of the
It just
episodes.
sucks for the Jar Jar, or what?
No.
Then what was it?
It's a
was
hard
awesome.
watch.
It was honestly a waste of time.
It's just a hard watch. I'm like, I don't
That like had to fall out of Chris's mouth. Jar Jar was awesome.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, Josh has changed his mind. He says I am wrong about that episode. So whatever.
So he split.
All right,
one
now I
point
really gotta
between the
watch
both
it.
Of you guys.
He's flip-flopping.
1 point for Chris, 1 point for Scott. We'll just do that.
On the same argument. Dig it.
On the same
Oh, see, this is why we need Zoom. 'Cause couldn't I write on the screen?
Yes, you could. Yeah, you can do like a play-by-play on why that episode was awesome.
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm never gonna have a why and why not.
Yeah.
I have a why and why not.
Well, I think
pros and cons.
I think with the Clone Wars and Rebels to a degree, there are like two split columns between pretty much every season that I don't like stuff I do like about it, stuff I don't like about it. Clone Wars was a harder watch for me than Rebels was. just because of the arc, like how, like you said, they kind of jump back and forth sometimes. And sometimes there's like a 5-part arc that I don't care about anymore. Like I'm done. Like that, like
the droid general,
That's
where
what I
the
was
little
just gonna
guy's
say.
inside the droid
I
head.
was just
Jesus,
gonna- I
that's
was just gonna
horrible.
say, like,
I
okay.
like the void too.
Oh my god.
You just invalidated everything.
That's where you get QTKT and
Who cares?
Yeah, that's
Gregor,
cool.
the
Who cares?
Yeah,
No.
Gregory. That's cool.
Roman Gregory.
Yeah.
No.
Our clone named Greg.
and the maid Celestian cook that kept him as a sex slave in his dungeon. It was a mess.
It
That
was
a great arc.
it was good for, but not 5 episodes.
No,
No, not 5 episodes. Yeah.
I think I did
Um,
skip it. By the time they got off of the void and went back up to the ship, and they found droids on the ship again.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
when I left.
Yeah.
I did skip after that.
I'm watching. Here I am watching it weekly, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse every week. And I'm like, oh my god, something happened here. And I think by the 5th episode, something finally happened.
Yeah.
That's when Gregor actually whipped out the guns and started fighting, right?
And it
Yeah.
is
So
awesome.
skip the rest of it and just watch the 5th episode.
Oh,
But
yeah.
rewatching Rebels, though, I can honestly say there has not been an episode that bothered me. And I remember watching it the first time, and there was a couple episodes here and there that were okay. But man, every episode, now knowing the grand scheme of everything that happens in the series, it kind of changed my outlook. And now I know where it's going, why they have to do these things. And the show is just epic.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a good point, because when I watched Rebels the first time, I remember thinking it was a slow burn, like you had to get into it and then
Yes.
learn these, right. But that's only because we didn't know the characters.
Right.
Once you go back, it jumps right in.
Yep.
It's immediately into action, and I did because they're saving the Wookiees by the 2nd episode, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when he whips out and he's a Jedi, and that scene.
Second
gives me
episode,
goosebumps. It's one of the best Star Wars scenes like ever.
Yes.
Yeah. Honestly, the
That really-
worst episode in all of Rebels is the first episode. That's the worst episode.
Yeah. So if the slow burn is one episode, I'm good.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, sure. Yeah, like I said, I'm going back and rewatching it and knowing what's happening. It makes it a lot better. Like I said, the first season to me was like Chris said, it was basically gave you everything in the first 2 episodes. Here's what you need to know: Kanan's a Jedi, Ezra's a Force user. They're teaming up, and you could skip to the end, and then you can skip to season 2 where Darth Vader gets involved. Honestly, they blew their load in the first 2 episodes.
No.
I mean, no, that's what I first thought. This is what I first thought.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
no, when I first watched it, I was like, I don't know what am I doing, because it was like that was so cool, and then it just kind of dove off into this plane. But now rewatching it, it's like, okay, I get it, and I really do pay attention more to the actual rebel forces now, like them being rebels and their involvement and stuff. So, no, it's good.
And
It's
the
almost
big
like-
battle with the Inquisitor, just great.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joey.
Yeah, it's almost got that prequel feel, like you just got a prequel story of, because now you're familiar with these guys, and if you go back and watch it, it feels like, oh man, okay, now this is why, because now you're related to them. You built a quote unquote relationship with them through the adventure. So then you go back and watch it all over again, like, oh man, it has like a prequel feel now.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's what that feels.
Yeah.
definitely.
Very cool.
Definitely. Yeah. So again, all that from Clone Wars, the Ahsoka's arc. So we'll see what we're gonna do here this Friday when we get part 3 of that and where it's gonna go. But I think we all know where it's gonna go, honestly. But
I have no clue.
no, I mean we know that she's gonna fight Maul. We saw that in the previews. It's like in that whole.
That's like during
trailer.
the Siege of Mandalore. That's like the next
Yeah.
arc, isn't it?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Maybe
2 more episodes of this arc. They're all 4. They're 4 episode arcs.
4 episode arc. Right. Exactly. So, exactly.
Yeah, so we've got 2 more episodes to get something done that hasn't even
But
started.
that's what I
yet.
meant. I was like, hopefully we get like okay, but yeah. I don't know.
Asajj is the only thing that can save this one right now. Is bringing her in.
Mhm.
That'd be cool. Keith online, he said that he is currently in season 2, his first time watching Rebels, and he is really into it.
Oh, yeah.
So
Season 2 is
Yeah.
the one that really got me like, oh wow, balls.
it's when it kicked it into high drive.
balls.
That's when it went cameo crazy in that season too, right?
Yes.
Isn't that where you saw the droids and Lando? And
Mhm.
Yeah.
Leia might have been later, but it was a lot of cameos
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah, it reminds me of how like what the Mandalorian is doing. You know, what they're just kind of bringing everybody and anybody in there, and you know,
Oh, it's segue time.
it's segue from Clone Wars to the Mandalorian. And you guys didn't see that, but I just put up a nice little Mandalorian graphic on screen for the chat to see and the feed. So
I think I'll see it in like 8 seconds.
yeah, that's why I get excited when that happens.
So we're right there. Is it right there?
we don't
That
have
it?
I don't see it yet, damn it.
Go.
Mandalorian
that it?
news. We don't have any news though, right?
There it is. Now it's up.
Okay, thank you guys. I'm sure the podcast listeners are really like, oh my god, that was very.
I know,
visual.
Forget we do a
They're-
podcast.
That was very.
They're on the
visual.
hook.
Exactly. So we put the Mandalorian up. All we have is rumors at this point, right? We still have rumors. I don't think nothing has been 100% official. The only thing official, and we've talked about this amongst ourselves, but nothing like recorded or anything. The only thing official is that Ashley Eckstein is not playing Ahsoka. That's the only thing that we know.
Right.
She didn't even confirm that Ahsoka was even in season 2 of The Mandalorian. The only reason that came up was the whole Rosario Dawson playing as casted as Ahsoka in Mandalorian, which I think is absolutely perfect casting. Biases aside, even the fan art that's coming out and having Rosario Dawson in the mock-up makeup and everything looks amazing. Even going back and watching Clone Wars, and I'm staring at Ahsoka going, I just see Rosario Dawson now. You know, so
See, there's a thing, dude. That fan art you've seen has
Yeah.
been around for years. That
Yeah.
was Boss Logic did
Yeah.
the main that one that everybody's looking at years ago.
the rumor
That's
of
not even new.
Rosario Dawson playing Ahsoka went back all the way to episode 9 of her being in episode 9 and her playing
Right.
it. So
That's all fan cast stuff.
exactly. It's fan cast, and it was rumors before, and now the
And
only
it's
reason-
also Rosario Dawson saying she wants to do it too because she loves Ahsoka. So
Exactly.
And don't get me wrong, Favreau would be the one to do it,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
go by what the fans want. Don't get me wrong, but this was kind of like in a time of need, in time of news need, because there is no news because everything stopped in
Sure.
the Star Wars world and movie world.
Yes.
All of a sudden, we're gonna get, Rosario Dawson is Ahsoka. Here's all your fan dreams right there.
Why not
You know-
though? Like
No, there is no reason why not. You know the reason why not? Because they don't do stuff like that ever.
yeah. But maybe they did
Ever.
now. I don't know. Like we said when we talked about
New
this
CEO,
before-
right?
No, but listen. What I just go back on what the Mandalorian season 1 did, and it just blew out all our expectations. And it was a love letter to Star Wars fans. That's what it was. It was a cool
Agreed.
story. It gave us awesome characters. It gave us this awesome child now that we just like everybody just went nuts about. And every episode had nods to Star Wars fans. Here is Star Wars. Blah blah blah. Here is it. You know, whatever it is. It makes sense that season 2 would just repeat the same thing over, like doing that same thing, having an awesome story, but also giving the fans what they wanted. And to me, like I said, biases aside, I think that's a great casting if true. And now the only reason that
it's not the fact of Ahsoka and being in
well that too.
Mandalorian.
That's
It's Rosario Dawson.
like
I-
I was just
Yeah,
about
do
to
I
get
want
there.
it? Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Come
I
on.
was just about to get there. Besides Rosario Dawson playing it, Ahsoka being in episode season 2 of Mandalorian should blow people's minds more than the actress that's playing it. And that's where I was
Yeah.
like, and again,
absolutely.
fan casting aside, that's something that Jon Favreau would give us at season 2 is put Ahsoka in this thing, put other characters, other people, a Han Solo at this point. You know, I mean, even a mention would be awesome. I
Yeah.
think that's going to
See,
happen.
I don't know, man. I think my problem with believing it, right, at all,
Mhm.
is because they did such a good job hiding the child. Why
Hmm.
on earth would this come out?
Yeah, they seem to be dropping all these hints and all that without any confirmation. I haven't heard any confirmation yet.
No,
So
there's nothing official. The only thing that
Yeah.
makes
How are you
this
gonna
have,
hide? How are you gonna hide a baby Yoda?
yeah,
Right?
Yeah, very true.
World-renowned Yoda. You put Yoda out. Everyone, it's called Baby Yoda for a reason,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
If you put out a Baby Ahsoka, it's not going to be called Baby Ahsoka by the mainstream. They don't know what the heck that is, right? That's
Right.
just us. Why would that not be able to be kept a secret? Yet a Baby Yoda was.
There was, I don't know if you remember, this is back when season 1, before it came out, and there was talks on other people's sites and just kind of small mentions of we are going to find, and I remember this, it said, we are going to find out more about the Yoda species. Not Yoda himself, but the Yoda species before getting into season 1, before the reveal of the first episode. I remember that. Like, I actually remember something about the Yoda species being information, not a actual character that we're going to follow around. I'm talking like maybe some sort of talk about it or some sort of influence that that species has. Now, that was back then. So it could have leaked, but no one took it that far to actually having what we got. You know what I mean? The only reason that this holds any water is Ahsoka being in it is because not just fan sites are reporting. A lot of people are reporting on it as rumors and whatever. And you ask, why would it come out? And, of course, nothing official came out. There was no press release. There was nothing casted. Just like we got Carl Weathers early. We knew he was going to be in it. We got all these people that were going to be in Season 1 early. Now, Season 2 was slated for September. Now, I don't know if that's going to continue or if that's going to be pushed off. I would think that before the world kind of, went to nuts here, I think the gearing up towards the advertisement and the multimedia and the presentations of Season 2 was about to happen or start with the rumor mill of so-and-so is being casted, so-and-so, or has been casted, and this like we got from Season 1. Now, this could have been premature on somebody's part where Rosario Dawson, it got out, but they had to kind of like reel things back in because of everybody being shut down, meaning they don't even know if they're even going to release Season 2 in September. It could be held, pushed back like everything else has been. So, grain of salt, we all know that. Unless it's on, it'll be on StarWars.com soon if it is true,
Correct. Which is the same with Michael Biehn too, correct?
Michael Biehn is another one. And
there's been no confirmation of that.
No.
See, and I have no reason to disbelieve Michael Biehn.
Right.
You know what I mean? I have reason to disbelieve Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, you're stating it's because it's too easy and it's too. It was. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Chris. Like, it
it's
was
too.
something.
Oh,
yeah.
It's too. Thanks. That's what we want. Thanks. I mean, if it's there, great. But it's too much. Now, again, I do believe. I believe Ahsoka's going to be in it, and they did say you're going to see lightsaber action, right?
Correct.
Moff Gideon. I always forget his name, but.
That was it.
Yeah.
No, the actor's name.
Oh.
In an interview, he had said they were
Giancarlo.
They said he was going to. Thank you. They said he was going to be in a lot of lightsaber action. That doesn't mean just the dark saber to me, right? That means lightsaber action.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. So we've got Fanboy joining us in the chat room right now.
What, from work? All right, I'm going to get you in trouble.
Yeah, from work.
Fanboy who?
Exactly. Fanboy who?
He's that one guy.
The pew pew pew.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Biehn.
That dude.
Michael Biehn came out of the blue. Like, Michael Biehn casted as in the Season 2 of Mandalorian, and I'm just like, hell yeah, because he's awesome. And
yeah,
like that's what they're doing. The casting on this Mandalorian series has been a dream for me because it's all actors that we all grew up with, just awesome choices. So like, throw Michael Biehn in there, awesome. Throw Rosario Dawson, to me, awesome. And the other big rumor is, and just came out yesterday, so not an April Fool's joke. It was Jamie Lee Curtis. So I'm just like, and my first instinct was, hell yeah, because she's awesome.
Oh yeah.
The only one that I would like kind of not be cool with until I see it, and of course, and Chris knows this, it would be like a Tom Cruise type person in a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
But until I see it, I'll reserve judgment. But my first instinct would be like, no, thank you. But so what? I'm just one voice, But those three names right there would be amazing. Again, all rumors, all speculation, all like, I think maybe it's a time now where you could just throw a name out there and people will kind of run with it,
I think Jamie Lee Curtis is going to end up being the armorer.
Oh. The Smith,
that'd be awesome.
The weaponsmith
needs
one.
to happen.
That would be really cool.
When she takes that mask off, everybody would just buy it immediately.
Absolutely.
Right? She kicked everybody's ass that Stormtrooper fight immediately.
Man, Chris, that's a great like reveal right there. Or if
yeah,
that comes to. That's a great character.
No, that's confirmed.
That's
I
confirmed.
Just confirmed.
Confirmed by us. Yeah.
Because I looked at my pops and I seen her, and I was like,
Oh,
oh
yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis is
I
definitely
still
under
know who
that.
she-
What if Jamie Lee Curtis is Ahsoka and Rosario Dawson's playing the Smithy?
Oh, awesome! Please do it.
Oh yeah. That won't drive people nuts.
No,
So-
I think Ahsoka is going to be in it, and I think her role is she's going to take the child by the end. She'll take and help train the child or protect the child and take him to Luke.
Wow.
Is what's going to end up happening.
Wow.
I
That'd
think
be
that's what's gonna
awesome.
happen at the end. And then if we go to a season 3, it'll be him without the child or checking in on the child here and there,
Man,
something.
I think as I want there to be some sort of arc with the child and to be somewhere, I'm like knowing that I don't know. I guess I don't know anything about season 2, but if the child and the Mando are together in this season 2 to take him out of a third season, I don't know. I have to see it. I'm trying to play it in my head.
Well,
Is what I'm trying to
no,
do.
you bring him back in a third season after he leaves Luke's camp
Yeah.
or Luke's
Yeah,
academy and comes back with the Mandalorian stronger and as a Mandalorian.
Wow.
You know,
I'm digging it.
like 3 years later, you get the SpongeBob thing up and boom.
I still want the Mandalorian to overall end with the ET moment of the little baby Yoda going off to the spaceship with the other little Yodas and then flying off. Yeah. Don't shake
Gordon
your head at
chimed
me.
in.
Don't shake your head. That's a great idea. That's a
I'm
perfect.
gonna cry.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Gordon jumped in and said he doesn't think that Jamie Lee Curtis would be the armor because the actual actress playing the armor has been hitting the con circuit. At least she was hitting the con circuit until the con circuit was canceled.
That's a big deal.
Yeah,
in Star Wars
but so
land,
is the job. But so is the Jawa that shot R2.
That's true. That's very true.
Don't make fun. We have his autograph.
Yes, we do. I think everybody does.
He was the first celebrity I ever saw at a convention at the first celebration in Denver. He was the first.
Really?
Oh, look.
Yeah.
My two favorites were the same day we ran into Phil Brown, who played Uncle Owen.
Yep. Uncle Owen.
and Ralph McQuarrie.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I've actually got right over here next to me a book that's autographed by Ralph McQuarrie.
Wow.
It is very cool.
That would have been a dream come true to meet him. Mine was
He
was
was so cool.
Phil Brown, David Prowse, and the Jawa shot R2. I don't know his name. He's just the Jawa shot R2. And Anthony Daniel. And the same
So he
day,
signs
Anthony
his name.
Daniels. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he does.
It's the Jawa that shot R2. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
There's like no name.
That's great. I just remember like being fascinated with the dude just for having that role. Just like, really? Look at that awesome autograph. Oh yeah, that's a great book. Yeah, I need that book.
What did we
Scott.
just segue into? What just happened?
I don't know. Scott just distracted me with Ralph McQuarrie art and made me.
Oh, I thought we were going into the book now.
Yeah, we can actually. But as far as like the Mandalorian, I think everybody's just dying to find out what's coming, right?
Yeah, I think no news is good news. They haven't delayed it. I think all those people can work at home. They all have the computer setups, and
Well,
if they don't, they can take.
Well, that's what I
not for
Everything
figured,
left
dude.
is going to be post.
Well, that's what I figured.
You'd think that though with The Walking Dead too, but they canceled the rest of The
Maybe
Walking
there was
Dead until the end of the
reshoots.
season.
Yeah, maybe
Well,
there
no,
was
they
some-
they have to be together though, aren't they? Still filming part of their finale? They're not done. yet,
There's
right?
2 episodes
My-
left. That's it. And
My understanding is that they were doing the just the effects. That's all that was left.
Oh,
I
well,
thought that's what I heard.
But they also don't have the kind of budget that these folks do, right?
Right.
I mean, I'm getting
You're
to The
right.
Walking Dead. People are good,
no, you're right.
but we're talking about the Disney and Lucasfilm folks and the Skywalker Sound and everybody and ILM and everybody else is going to be like, no, I got that.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're like there might have been something in The Walking Dead that they couldn't finish and they sent everybody home. Because again, there's only 2 episodes left, so next week would have been the finale. So they pushed that
And they're
back.
I bet you because they were going to film some kind of surprise they can't do.
That very true. It could have been something where it was a reshoot or
Or Rick,
yeah,
something out of
with
control happens,
Yeah.
and they do it. And they're doing it the last minute so it doesn't come out.
yeah,
Probably.
yeah. All I know is this thing is screwing up everything, man. It's screwing up all our productions.
I kind of like this deal. I like being with you guys. Don't get me wrong, but this is a great alternative if we need it.
Oh sure.
This is way better than canceling. I dig this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so there was no way. I was going to figure this out no matter what. I didn't go to sleep last week like it's 3 a.m. I was up still figuring out what went wrong last week. But
This is my therapy session.
yeah, this is, man. This is to get your mind off
Yeah,
everything,
mine
right?
too.
This is what
Yeah.
Star Wars has done for our lives too. Not to get into like a sentimental post, but this is something that Star Wars always has been there for us on every level of life. You know, this is just one other obstacle that we're going through that we can actually like, do something like this and have a podcast and even do it remotely. Lag and all doesn't matter. It's still, it's still here. It's still here for us. This is why I can't understand why people, shit on it a lot of times. And speaking of that, that's a good segue into the Rise of Skywalker, because that is where the toxic fandom, comes and goes. I don't think too much on the Mandalorian or the Clone Wars too much, but it is in this next section. But with that, what did we get? We got the release of the DVD, right?
Yes, we did. They got the Blu-ray, and then because I'm a sucker, I also picked up the big box set too, which is fantastic.
So this box set is the entire saga, correct?
Yes,
Is it just
except
the Skywalker
for
saga?
Yes, not Rogue One, not Solo.
So it's the Skywalker saga, the 9 movies, the episodic movies. How much was that, Scott? I gotta know. How much was it? Because I never knew a price on this box set. I knew it was coming, and in chat I was like, how much? Go ahead.
Okay, 27 discs, all in all. So there's 27 discs to the set. It was $250.
So almost $10 a disc.
Yep.
Okay. This is I've counted about 5 sets of Star Wars movies.
Man.
Okay,
I don't want to talk about it.
Exactly. So
I don't want to talk about it.
I know this is the definitive set. This has to be the definitive set. There should be no more after this, correct?
No.
The only other one I would buy would be if they were to release the original unaltered trilogy.
Oh my god.
No. They're going to put them all together, and they're going to put them with the cartoons, including Resistance. They're going to put them all together in one big box for like, I don't know, $900.
Oh,
and you're going to get it. And you're going to get it on that Tuesday. It comes out.
5
Scott's going to be like,
of $200.
yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get it.
No, Scott.
See, I've already got Clone Wars. I've already got Rebels all on Blu-ray already.
You also just showed me the Blu-ray of Rise of Skywalker.
No, it's in there.
That you bought the same day.
It's in there.
No,
I bought the same day as you bought the
came
whole
in the day
set.
after.
Oh shit, Scott! You told
Hold
us
on.
you weren't gonna buy that thing, but hey, you know what?
Hold on.
That's why I love you, man.
I'm going to show
That's
you
funny.
an unboxing. Here's an unboxing here. Ready?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I want to show you what my
Did
money
you disinfect it before you opened it?
It's Oh.
You're spreading the corona around right now.
All right. This one ain't too bad. Amazon was like really cheap this week, so
Yeah.
I needed a deal. It was like $4. But here's where it gets fun. This is where my unboxing is better than yours. I got a Conics for like $3.50.
Nice.
Here goes. The piece of whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Piece of
Rose.
resistance.
I needed a rose. I didn't have a rose.
You got a rose.
So when you have a box and your opening is Conics, Dio, and Rose, you know that you have been stuck in a house too long.
Yes.
Stuff you don't have.
Oh my god.
I am going to do a video review on our YouTube
Oh,
about
please, yes.
on this.
Yes.
So because it's far too cool to just look at it on a screenshot like that.
When
So-
you posted that, and then I saw the production photos of that box set with all the discs laid out and the booklet that comes with it, I was like, you know what? I might have to. And
It's pretty epic.
my god, just 27.
No,
See, what
I
more
don't
than the
have
movies is those other discs that comes with it. So
So it's is it basically 3 discs per movie? Are they is like a behind the scenes of each movie separate? What are you getting?
yeah, the extra.
You get the 4K disc because it's all in 4K. You get the Blu-ray disc and then a disc of all the special features for each
so
movie.
you got the same movie twice plus the one in your hand, the other hand.
Exactly.
Right? It's cool,
But you also get the book with all the Ralph McQuarrie art and
I dig it.
hey, shut up.
Hey, bro, I support you. Go for it.
Yeah, I know. We live vicariously through you sometimes, Scott, because I say that I want to get
the best
it,
part, when he said he was getting it, the best part was he says, Julia's all, no, you might as well.
I know. I know.
Now she said go for it. we've been stuck at home and we haven't spent any money for the last month. So it's like she's like, just go get yourself something nice. So
$250.
Yeah, I get the Blu-ray. I get the Blu-ray, and I get told, "Why do you watch it? Why are you getting the Blu-ray for? Can't you just watch on Fire Stick?"
Oh no, they don't understand.
Really?
Look at Joey up in the camera whispering. Like,
I know.
It's okay.
She's not here.
what I said was,
A little Key and Peele action there.
I didn't know if anybody would get that.
Yeah.
I was hoping.
I get it all.
This man somewhere.
I said.
all right.
I love it. Oh man, so I don't know if I'll pay $250 for. I'll wait till it goes down a little bit, but that might be something I might.
That would have been smart.
Just like the 10 discs that we got with the Blu-ray come out with the 6 movies, right? It was $100 or 100 and some when it came out, and I got it for $79 or $69 at Best Buy for like in a couple weeks after.
Well, see,
I bought it for $40 on eBay.
Friday, next February and Black Friday.
Yeah.
And I'll get it there for like $12.
Right.
It's supposed to be super limited, but who knows? Who knows?
It's like the Red Hulk. Anyway, that's inside joke. Sorry.
That's a dig right there.
Yeah. Oh man. So the book came out. We were talking about the book. I know some of us are reading the book and some of us are listening to it.
Just finished it.
I think Chris might want to do a book review on it. If there's anything like that, is there a lot in there? I haven't finished it, so this is why I'm asking. I've only like halfway through the audiobook right now.
I think what I'll do with this one, instead of doing it just by itself, I'll do the sequel trilogy.
Okay.
Like I did the Aftermath trilogy. I'll do them all together.
Okay.
So I'll just
That's
go
cool.
through them all the next week, and then I'll do a video on.
Yeah, that's
all
cool.
of them.
Yeah.
There's not a lot extra to it, but what's there is really well done. I was pretty happy.
And mainly, you're gonna get the Palpatine reveals, right? And how he tells Kylo and all this stuff, and he kind of goes through the cloning and Snoke. Not a lot. Not a lot. It's not very specific. It's just that the things like in his neck, Kylo recognizes from studying the Clone Wars that they were files for clones. Stuff like that's really cool, right? Exegol and the acolytes there, right? The Sith Eternal cult. That information is really cool.
Yeah.
Some stuff about the kids, a little leaning towards Janna, her kinship towards Finn. That was it was neat how it played out really in the better than on the screen.
There was one thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say with the kids, with the kids thing, it was actually very sad in the way that the book started describing how the Empire, the First Order started stealing kids because they want to break your soul. You know, like they want to break
the leader's soul.
Yeah.
And that's what Lando was saying. He's all, no, they came after us. He's all, they turned Han and Leia's kid to the dark side. They stole my daughter and made her a stormtrooper. They fought us with our kids.
Exactly. And that's one of those points where the Galactic Empire did X amount of damage, whatever, but by destroying them, left the void for the First Order, and the First Order was even worse. So a lot of it, like what I'm trying to make, the point is that a lot of it is people go like, well, I had this question. Why was the First Order even there? Why was it doing this? Why wasn't it just the Empire continued all that stuff? You know, and of course the contingency plan making it worse. The First Order is worse than the Galactic Empire. And that point in the book, when they started really mentioning about taking the kids to break the spirits of the leader, to break the spirits of the people so they don't fight them, that was touching. That's sad. That's like a sad part
terrifying.
of it.
It's terrifying. Just the thought of that.
Yeah, and it was very dark, like very dark. And I wish there was more of that in the actual film. You know what I mean? Like more of that talk and that reasoning. Why, even going back to Force Awakens, when Hux and Kylo are discussing the clone army versus the program Hux is doing. I wish there was more of that where we got that sense of dread. Because remember, I always said the First Order just seems like a bunch of teenagers with a big gun. They don't seem menacing enough to me. Yes, they blew up system, but that was just like a rehash of the Death Star and Alderaan, right? But to do it that way, where they're heartless, it came out more in the book than it did the movies. So I was just hoping that, it came out more.
It did, and it did it in the interrogation scene.
Yeah.
With Chewbacca.
Yeah.
That was great.
Really, I wish that was in the that made it to the movie
Yes.
because that was phenomenal. And I wish they'd have gone in. Oh my God, could you imagine if they'd have gone in and shown his visions?
Oh,
right,
yeah,
and
yeah,
you see him growing up, and there's enough kids we've all seen.
Who was it?
Finn
Was it
Wolfhard and all these kids that could play Kylo growing up.
Yeah.
And with Chewbacca, and seeing him doing target practice and stuff. Now it's funny because I've talked about how we don't know how close they were. And how it was Uncle Chewie right there and teaching him stuff.
Right.
So apparently Chewbacca comes around more often, but that was kind of going against some of the books.
Well, who was it that saw the hologram? Was it Lando? That saw a hologram and it shows.
Yes.
I guess it shows Kylo sitting on Chewie's lap.
Yeah, it's in the Falcon.
Yes.
Yeah, and he said he had to turn it off because he couldn't look at it no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's pretty deep right there.
It could have been a lot
this is
darker film. Yeah, a lot darker film than what we got. Like I said, in cut
Yeah.
scenes and additional scenes or whatever. That's the tone that I don't know. It could probably benefited a lot from the trilogy all through, not just Episode 9, through the sequel trilogy. Could have benefited a lot more to go in darker, because we always heard, oh, it's pretty dark. Episode 9's dark, and I go, yeah, but it wasn't really. I mean,
Not really. No.
yeah. But
It was still very hopeful all the way through, even with all the death and destruction. It was still pretty hopeful.
I thought it was pretty dark. Dude's fingers were falling off, and whole cult of people
Oh,
trying to steal babies.
the Emperor
kind
was
of
dark, but yeah, it was,
Well,
it was like a fleeting mention.
Leia wasn't gonna be dark.
No,
I noticed
no.
the book
We
also.
established that.
I noticed the book also pushed the idea of Finn being a force sensitive.
Yes.
Pushed that like a lot.
It did.
It got into it
Well,
more
and
than
they
the movie.
confirmed it. And they confirmed it, right?
Yes.
He's force sensitive.
Yes.
He's like Maz, or they did that with Maz too, right? They were very into Maz's piece, how she's like Leia
Yeah.
and can sense things.
Yeah.
It's kind
They
of
kind- Yeah, and they kind of explained it that's why his attachment to Rey is so great, because not only is he a friend, but he feels her in the Force.
yeah.
Only in this
And
movie.
exactly. That's why he's bound to protect her. It's not just because it's Rey, because he can feel her importance to the
Right.
universe as a whole. And she feels a void in the Force, and he can feel it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Makes a lot more sense.
Speaking of the audiobook, though, I had to stop listening to it about halfway through, and I picked up the physical book and just kept reading that way, and I enjoyed it a lot more that way than I did listening to the audiobook.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting a little tired of the. I mean, I know Mark Thompson does an amazing job doing all the voices, but I think it's time for me to push pause on the audiobooks for a little bit and read.
I brought this up last week when we talked
Whatever.
amongst ourselves, right? Like, there's a few times when I'm just like, I think I even told Chris that, because I know it was a couple weeks ago. I'm just getting tired of listening to that voice again, because we've done so many books with him, and nothing's wrong with them. It's just that I'm getting
No, they're great, except
annoyed.
Chewbacca's voice.
Chewie, I think, honest, maybe that's it. I think Chewie ruined it for me. Him doing Chewbacca without sound bites, or even don't do his voice.
Oh.
Like, just
Hold
don't.
on.
You know, Chewie
Okay,
lets off
don't.
a roar, and then he does the roar. It's like, oh my God, that's so.
How about? I got to jump back into the book. Sorry. Have
Go
you
ahead.
guys all got to the end?
No,
Yes.
I have not. But
I'm
go ahead.
almost there.
Never mind.
That's all right. Go
I
ahead.
can't do
Go
it
ahead. It's
Wait,
fine.
Wicket.
Yeah.
Wicket's page. Scott, did that mess you up?
Oh.
It was really well done.
Yeah.
It was really well done. Yeah.
Wicket's
And-
page is so much better, dude. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
You
Really?
you hear his thoughts, and they actually translate what he's saying to his son, and it's really well done.
Well-
I really liked it.
Yeah.
And that
damn,
was
I wanted
Warwick
to go-
Davis' real
Nobody
son
guys-
in the film too.
Yes.
Oh, it was him and his son?
Yes, it was like a whole circle that Warwick Davis went into. Like, I was in it, and then now my son's in it. It was great. That's a good family.
It's one of the special features on the release.
I did see that as like a little snippet from YouTube or whatever, but now I'm looking forward to it more to see the end here. I'm going to finish the book. I'm going to finish the audiobook. I'm going to, but I am with you, Scott, on the fact that the audiobooks are really getting to me, and it's taking me out of the actual story sometimes.
Then I'll
Yeah.
make sure when
Yeah.
Mark Thompson comes on for an interview, he'll do it on Hoth Topic,
He'll
My
do it on-
Return, instead of Sarlacc, where everybody is so ungrateful for the awesomeness that goes on. with other mutes.
No.
I think
So I'll have him on Hoth
no,
Topic,
no.
not on Sarlacc.
I think part of my problem too is that I don't have a commute right now. So where I would listen to it while I'm driving and just kind of, take my mind off of the drive for an hour and a half, depending upon how bad traffic is.
Sure.
Now I'm like trying to scramble for time to listen.
Sure.
So putting it down and picking up the actual book, just it got me through the book. And I just, the Chewbacca thing and just hearing some like Rose's voice. His voice is the same for Rose in every book, and it's just like, Chewbacca. His Chewbacca growl is just. I could do a better Chewbacca growl, but it's just.
Oh.
But his Lando is the coolest Lando. His Lando's as cool as Billy D.
Yeah.
I love his
Heard of
Lando.
that.
It's
Yes.
Billy D
It's
times
one of those
100
things.
is what it is. It's like
So awesome.
yes. Don't shake your head. No, it's Billy.
No, it's a
D
no, and
being,
it's a no as in yes.
It's okay. It's like it's that swagger times a million. There's no turning it off. It's
love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
His Leia's on point too, but it's like still.
oh she get wait a
It just
second. Wait a
sounds
second.
weird.
He even got the whole nasal thing down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He's like stuck his fingers in his
Yeah.
nose or something.
Yeah. I think what was getting to me early on. I mean, again, this is nitpicking, but it's still fun to talk about sometimes. It's the, entering the door. Kylo Ren turned around and his cape flipped around.
Yeah.
Then Kylo Ren went up down the corridor, and I'm like, okay, we get it. He's a menacing figure. We got it. Nitpicking stuff.
His Kylo Ren is pretty spot on too.
I thought it was sometimes
Yeah.
I thought it was Adam Driver. I was like,
Yeah,
His 3PO too.
it's not bad. Yeah.
3PO
Not bad. It sounds like Anthony Daniels is talking to me. I'm like,
Here's the thing,
yes.
though. Why do they have the audio snippet of Dio's voice? Why do they do that? And they don't do it for Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Why?
Are you sure?
Why?
Are you sure it's not just him doing it?
Yeah.
It's got to be him.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Got to be him.
Yeah. How can you not know? I mean, we don't know. He does Darth Vader. He does everybody else.
His R2D2 spot on too.
It's yeah. No. It's yeah.
That's fair.
It's all right. Again, it could just be a little bit of wear and tear on my end on it. So, but if Mark Thompson, I'm sorry, but
Yeah. Like, whatever. Messaging the dude, and you're over here like, oh no, I'm tired of hearing Mark Thompson.
no, it's not that I'm tired of
He's only the voice of every Star Wars book that's ever mattered.
But here's the thing too, and I will admit this too. When he doesn't do it, I notice, and I miss it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I will say that. I will absolutely say that. When someone else
Except
do
for the
it,
guy from Born in the Storm, he was pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. I do like it's Daniel Jose Older. That's
There we go.
writer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he did Last Shot as well.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that book's awesome.
Who did Master and Apprentice?
Claudia Gray.
She read it. Yeah.
The audiobook.
Who
I don't
did-
know.
yeah,
She read it, right?
Oh
No.
no, she didn't read it. I thought you meant who wrote it. Sorry.
Who read it? Who read it?
No. Is that the one?
It wasn't Mark. Yeah, it might have been Mark Thompson because he does those pretty good too.
Was it?
I'm gonna look though.
Yeah.
See, now we can't pause stuff.
I can't
Does it look
check
like
because
bot?
I'm
That's
monitoring
okay.
our chat.
That's
So
okay.
If I start lagging, it's because my bandwidth is going to get eaten up.
There you go.
while he's checking, in our chat, Mike has left the building. I guess lunch hour was over.
Bye, Mike.
Bye, Mikey. Let's see. Keith, Walmart screwed up his order, so he can't get his Rise of Skywalker. So,
Sucks.
yeah.
Oh, Jonathan Davis. Sorry.
Okay,
From
Jonathan
Korn?
Davis. He's
Awesome.
the other one. Yeah,
He's the other one.
yeah.
From Korn. That's awesome.
From Korn.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
That's how the book started.
Qui-Gon get the best of me.
All right. It was a good show, fellas. Good show. I'm going to go ahead and...
This is where we really
Bounce
just
out.
went off the rails. The isolation's really getting to us.
Oh, and Joey, Michael Horlings wants to know what type of camera you're on.
Who's? On which one?
I'm on
Joey's?
my phone
Joey's.
camera.
His 4K
Yeah, what kind of phone have you got?
It's the Galaxy S20, the regular
Okay.
one.
So there we go. Cool.
Why is it horrible?
No, it's
No, he
actually-
says
it looks really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not my. It's not. If it's horrible, it's not the camera. It's just me. I'm just horrible. Thank you.
I'm just blurry in real life. Yeah. like Bigfoot. I think Bigfoot's just blurry in real life. But anyway.
I'm not blurry. It's just smoky in here.
Okay. Again, I miss Mark Thompson when he doesn't do it. So, we're into this Rise of Skywalker thing, and we do have a giveaway that we can do. If anybody's interested in a digital copy of the Rise of Skywalker, Scott has one for people in our chat room. So
You can probably give away the physical copy too. He's got an extra two
He's got like 5 copies.
inside the black box.
So
He has 3 copies plus his digital copy that he bought 2 weeks ago, right?
True story.
You can watch on the Fire.
True story. Yes.
So we
watch
have a
it.
digital copy that we're going to give away for anybody in the chat room. But we're going to do this with a trivia question, and
That I almost gave away a few minutes ago.
almost. So
Almost.
Scott, take it away.
All right. So if anybody is interested in having a digital copy of The Rise of Skywalker, what you need to do is you need to tell us who did the voice of Dio. And the first person that tells us who is the voice of Dio, I will PM you the code for the movie.
Awesome. I know it.
So
I know
there you
it.
go.
Are we
I do-
eligible?
No.
We're not eligible.
And Fanboy's not eligible either, even though he's not here.
That's right.
And all the
Yeah, boy,
haters
would
said,
not
no, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank
Exactly.
you.
All right. So let's see. It says Gordon says he thinks Catbuck should get it. Who's Keith, who lost out on his copy. But Gordon got it. So if Gordon wants it, it's his.
Nice. JJ.
Do we want
Damn, that was
JJ
quick.
Abrams?
Very cool.
Yep. So okay,
Congratulations.
Gordon gets.
Gordon's a genius.
And we actually have another copy that we're actually going to give away on our Instagram page, and more details to follow with that. We'll get a post up on our Instagram later this week, probably when our episode drops, to do something in Instagram to get the other digital key that we have.
Because Scott has way too many copies of it.
Because Scott. That's why.
In his hands, physically, too many.
Yes.
You know
Julie,
what? I
haven't
got a
bought
digital
anything.
copy.
Can I get
I
another
can give away.
copy? Huh?
I got a digital copy I can give away.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's
So
just
we've
gonna,
got.
It's just going to sit in the case, so might as well give it away.
You want
Do you want to? Do you want to do one? Why don't you do one right now?
Do you know?
Okay, check the. Well, I don't know a question, but since it's in around my realm,
Mhm.
how about we do a toy photography contest for it?
Okay.
I like it.
We can do that.
You want to do
All
A
right,
toy
cool.
photography contest for it.
Okay. We want to
So
do
why
that
don't
on
we
our
do the-
Instagram?
We'll do it on Instagram. We'll hashtag Star Wars toy photography. It's got to be Star Wars themed. If you want to make it with a Rise of Skywalker theme, we can do that. Just hashtag toy photography, Star Wars toy photography, movie
And
giveaway.
tag us. And tag us.
Yeah,
Yes.
tag us.
We'll put rules out later.
Yeah, we'll put a post
We'll
up and
put
do
rules
it.
up.
Good idea, Joey. We'll do that. We'll put so look for that on Instagram page of a contest, and all the rules will follow on that. So, maybe we'll give away 2, one of a runner up and one is a main prize, unless Scott has another idea for Instagram.
We'll work on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Let
We'll
me think of
brainstorm
something.
later on it.
Gordon is donating his win to Keith.
Cool.
Cool.
There we go.
And then Keith is going to give
Awesome,
it to
dude.
me.
I'm probably the only
You
one that
need
doesn't
another
have
copy.
it yet. I don't have it yet.
I haven't gone to the stores
What?
to get it yet, and I did not order like on Amazon or anything. So
I watch it on Soap today.
yeah, I mean,
I know.
it's not going anywhere.
I ordered mine on Walmart.
I mean, I will buy it. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong.
Oh,
I'll
no,
go buy
I
it.
will
I
have it.
usually like to go buy it.
Yeah.
I got the Target edition because I wanted the extra bonus content
Yes,
because
that's
they have a bonus disc.
Oh, is there? To go
Yes,
with your
there
27 other discs.
same disc. Oh, Scott, you are a true collector, man. You are a true collector.
That I
That's
am.
good. Yeah,
Um,
that's insane.
speaking of the
Hey,
toy
I
photography,
bought 30 discs today, babe.
okay.
They're all Star Wars. Don't worry about it.
They're all Star Wars. Speaking of the toy photography and Scott's love of collecting things, did you guys hear about the Hasbro Fan Appreciation Day that they came out with the variant paint schemes that they're with the Black Series and I guess 3 3/4, right? Vintage collection or something?
about the carbonized Fett Stormtrooper?
The carbonized Boba Fett and a carbonized Stormtrooper on the Black Series, and then they came out with 2 other figures, but they're 3 3/4 ones, I guess. But right away, we're sitting there going, nope, this is exactly why we stopped collecting. Me personally.
Yeah, this is what drove me out. This is what drove me out of collecting Star Wars figures 15 years ago. It was because of the constant re-release and repaints of the same figure.
Yeah.
That was a rough Tuesday.
Yeah.
Don't say a damn thing, Chris.
It was like a Tuesday from 3 to 6. He was done collecting.
Scott, you are getting a Boba Fett, though. I know you are. You
No, I'm not.
You sure?
I
have the other carbonized one, so.
I do, but you know what? If they were releasing a carbonized figure of something we didn't already have 3 of, then I'd be all over it. But I've already got 3 other ones. Why buy this one?
They're pulling on the fan heartstrings by releasing a Boba Fett carbonized. You know. Yeah. I mean, like the one thing I go, okay, I jump on a Boba Fett, just like the Kenner paint scheme Boba Fett that I never got. I like that because that
was cool.
That's just cool. But a carbonized version of that, I guess that's that one, or whatever the original Black Series was.
It's just being lazy.
It is.
What it was.
It's
That's a horrible.
It's a fan.
The box is green.
Oh yeah,
That's the
for
coolest part.
HB collectors, right? But it's the fan appreciation thing that gets me though. If they just released it as like, hey, this is cool as a Comic-Con exclusive, I'm all for that. An exclusive to Comic-Con, because that's like a paint thing, a variant that no one's really going to chase, just like hardcore collectors. But to call it fan appreciation and just repaint something without like an exclusive figure, like the Jaina Solo figure, right? What they did. Revan was a fan choice figure. Let's get one of those as the fan appreciation. Something that we're like Lobot. We've all been like clamoring for Lobot, right? A medical droid. Something. I don't know. I think I'm looking at it as I need a new figure.
They did give us Tebow. They gave us Admiral Akbar. They gave us the Mando and the Beskar armor.
Yes.
So there were some new figure releases.
Empire Strikes Back Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's coming.
Yeah, which is kind of like, I think it's the same scale as the last Vader, A New Hope Vader that they released.
Yes.
So
it's got a different paint scheme on the chest plate and maybe shinier.
Okay.
That's cool.
At what point are we done with? We have the Vader.
I think with the New Hope Vader that I got Black Series, that is my Vader that I don't need another one. That is, to me, is awesome.
See, I always like the Return of the Jedi version because it was like the extra shiny upper armor around his chest and stuff. I always liked that version of it. So if they did that, I'd be...
See, when Scott says something like that, then I go, okay, I want all 3. I want all 3 versions.
Man,
God dang it.
But no, my point is you're going to get all 3.
Yeah, I know.
And then they're going to do another version of all 3.
And then a carbonized
and another version of all 3.
Exactly.
And somehow there's got to be a time where you're like, okay, well, no, I got the hyper reel and I've got like 8 different
there
Vaders
is that
right
point.
in front of me.
There is that point.
There is that point. Yeah. Every time with every figure, there is that point.
Chris, if they came out with another New Hope Vader, I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't, even if it came out with other accessories like, I don't know, different. I think the one that they came out with,
like him choking, like they did with him choking.
Yeah, if they did, was it Captain Antilles who was choking?
Yeah.
So if they came out with Captain Antilles with the Vader 2-pack, and I would go on eBay and buy the Captain Antilles. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to get into that realm of collecting all of those same versions of Vader just because it's a different sculpt. Now,
because that is what got me out.
Yeah, but now they're coming out with Lando for the 40th anniversary. They come out with Lando again, the same Lando they came out with, Bespin Lando, and
different head sculpt.
It's a different head sculpt. It's actually a really good head sculpt. But I paid the $20 for that Lando, and oh man, and it wasn't that long ago that Lando came out. You know what I mean? It was like late last year or mid last year that Lando came out. It's not enough time in between.
No, it was a couple years ago.
Well, if they came out with a new
just
Qui-Gon,
a couple.
Yeah, maybe it was the new Qui-Gon. That Qui-Gon that I have is god awful. So, yeah, I would buy a new Qui-Gon if they came out with one. But yeah, there is a limit, and they're going to get themselves. Well, look, Hasbro's already admitted that we'll just buy it again in 4 years. They've already know that's the mentality. They've said it live, So.
And that pissed me off.
Yeah.
That really irritated me because with me it was another Farm Boy Luke. I was just collecting the 6-inch wasn't out yet. They were only doing the 3 3/4 inch, and it was the Farm Boy Luke that came with his binoculars, and that was the only difference. And I'm like, I'm out. I'm done.
They had
I can't
the Luke
keep buying the
with
same
the training droid, Then they had Farm Boy Luke with binoculars. Then they had one with the poncho and the hat, like the deleted scene version of Luke, Farm Boy, right? And then they had actual
One with the moisture vibrator.
Yeah, and
that was Attack of the Clone time.
Yes.
When they put that out, because that figure right there is about when I stopped.
That's exactly when. Actually, you and I probably stopped at the same time. We're like, I don't think I'm doing this anymore. You know.
Yeah, it was around the Clone Wars.
It became less fun right then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But there's that. I guess there's room for us to chase figures that we want, and if they come out with certain figures, cool. It gives us a little break because when they do come out with figures, they're like, almost 7 to 10 figures at a time, and they're hard to get sometimes, and we blow all our money. So if there's figures that they're going to come out with that I might pass on, I'm okay. That's fine. I know that some people are going to buy them, but I'll just pick and choose. Like the 40th anniversary figures, there's like I don't know how many there are, 8 of them, but there's only like 4 or 5 that I'm actually going to buy because I want new figures or a new sculpt. I'm a sucker for that, especially if the old one's bad.
As a graphic designer, I absolutely love the package design of the Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary. So I want all of them because of that. It tugs on those, the heartstrings, the nostalgia.
You know why I don't collect the mitten box anymore is I would lose sleep over them being damaged on a daily basis. Dusting, moving them, corners bent, yellowing the packaging yellowing. Over time, I just couldn't do it. I'm like, I have to open these up and just let them breathe and just display them the way they are and not worry about the packaging. That's why I don't. It's like I almost regret buying the Snake Eyes figure from Hasbro. I bought it. I have it. It's like I can't open this. It'd be a sin.
It's gorgeous.
It'd be a sin to open this.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not gonna just put a box on my shelf. So I don't know.
Like I'm the ultimate. Well, not the ultimate, but I mean, my collection mainly consists of Vader.
Yeah.
And when I saw this come up, I'm like telling myself, man, why another one? What could be possibly different than the last one?
Sure.
Than the New Hope one. Obviously the red eyes and stuff, and some of the paint scheme. But I mean, you look at my shelf, my Black Series Vader's not even on there. I mean, this is my ultimate Vader right here. This guy right there, the Mafex.
Ah, yeah.
So,
I see.
I don't know if you guys saw.
Yeah.
He's my.
He's your definitive Vader.
That's my ultimate Vader right there.
Yeah.
And when I bought the Black Series one, the 40th anniversary, I loved them, but just something with the head. It's just it's not proportioned right. And then when I saw that one, I'm like, there he is. Okay. That's the ultimate Vader right there.
Because I like the 40th
That's what I
anniversary
said when I saw that one right there. I said the same thing.
That was awesome, by the way.
Now that right there, that's Vader
what's
right
happening?
There. Yeah.
That's
Take us for a
Vader.
ride, Joey.
Is that the Hot Toys?
Yeah, that's the new. That's the Rogue One Hot Toys.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the
pick mine up and show you, but I have to lift an entire iMac off its table and walk it over.
That'd be kind of funny to see you try that. But
no.
I wanted to buy the Hyper Real Vader, but I have the problem what Joey has. I think it's proportionally a little bit off. Like his head's a little bit too big for what's going, and the chain around the cape. It's for an $80 figure. You would think you would get some things right on it. That's why.
Actually, I don't think it's $80 no more. I think it's like maybe 40 almost.
Yeah, if it's
50
$40,
bucks.
I might drop 40 on it if it is.
You talking?
I need to get it because I need to get that Luke Skywalker.
Oh, the Luke looks amazing, honestly.
Yeah,
Bespin Luke looks great.
It does look like an $80 figure, and
so if you get that Bespin Luke, you have to get the Vader.
Yeah, exactly. We have to. I mean,
but I'm getting neither because I don't want another scale.
Just those 2 figures, though. Just
until they come out with Yoda, and then they come out with. Nah, because then I'd be stuck if they came out with Han Solo. I'd want Solo, and no, I'm gonna distance myself.
Chewbacca right after, and then you can't not get Leia. I mean, that would be
exactly.
Rude. And then you're gonna get new Lando,
and then they'll come out with Greedo, and then they'll come out with Bib Fortuna, and then Boba Fett.
It's a trap. And I mean, then you're gonna have the special edition Jabba that you have to get from HasLabs, and I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on.
An 8-inch scale Jabba now. Here we go. Here we go.
And then here comes the second version of the barge that's big enough. For
just a 30-foot barge instead of a 5-foot barge. Or 6
The extra detailed.
Yeah. It's the size of my kitchen.
Complete with Sarlacc pit. That's awesome.
There we go.
All right, let's check in with the chat one last time before we kind of close out and get out of here.
Sure. Let's see. What have we got going on? We've got Saiku Shinobi showed up, said, yo!
Yay.
Gordon and Keith are in a mutual admiration fest right now because Gordon donated his win to Keith, which is awesome.
Awesome.
Michael Horling says he is a mint and box collector. Yes, we know.
Yes, we know, Michael.
Yes, we know. Mervine says he has the Hyperreal Vader and he's glad he got it.
Oh, okay.
And he got it for $50.
$50.
So that's not bad.
I would drop $50.
I almost bid at 50.
Yeah.
On Amazon.
50.
I
might do, Chris. That's a good price for that Vader.
Yeah. I was upset. I looked at it recently. And I think it's back to 79 right now.
Yeah.
But I almost bit. You know which one's pretty good? Which is, again, I'm goofy, right? The Galaxy of Heroes one. Joey, I think you have those.
Oh,
right?
yeah, those are cool.
Oh,
Those are cool.
Yeah.
I love those figures.
You know which ones I get
Yeah.
that are in that style is all the horror ones that are in that style. I love them. Absolutely love them.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've got the whole Star Wars collection of those right above my head. And those are just awesome figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those.
The stylized ones
Fall
are,
on me and kill me.
the stylized ones are cool. Thank you, chat, for everybody that's joining us. Congratulations to the winner of the Rise of Skywalker digital copy, and then look out for our Instagram competition for toy photography. That was a good idea. We'll post details on that later. Guys, thank you very much for joining us at your homes, trying to get through this. Our YouTube is gonna start to be active a little bit more, right? We're gonna try to drop a video of some sort every week. So either Wednesday or Friday of every week, in between episodes like this. So I'm sure the next few episodes we're going to be doing this at home. The technology we'll get better at it. Hopefully the lag isn't as bothersome as it should be or whatever. But
Nobody said anything today.
Yeah,
Nobody mentioned that it was a problem. They just said turn me down and turn you up,
Yeah.
which is, obviously highly offensive. But
I'm used to being
And my
turned
lag
down,
wasn't too
so,
Aw.
it's okay.
Aw.
It's all right. A little self-deprecation there, but yeah. So this was fun. Hopefully, the whole crew's on the next time we get together for our next episode. This will be dropped on our SoundCloud, so spread the word, everyone. We also have a Patreon if you want to support us on Patreon. The links will be in the description below. And for $2 a month, for as low as $2 a month, right, Scott? Is it $1 or $2?
That's right.
Nudes.
You'll get some.
Nobody's getting nudes.
Yeah, nobody. For $2 a month, nobody's getting nudes.
Then why did I send Ernie pictures?
I can't answer that. For $2 a month, we'll send Chris to your house so he can show you the nudes.
He told me. He's like, hey,
No, it's
okay.
$2 a month is a thank you. $5 a month is you get a shout out, which we end up shouting out everybody anyway. So might as well throw some money.
Way to sell it there, Scott.
I know, right?
I know, right? You don't even bother. Forget this.
We're gonna stop shouting everybody out.
$5 for free.
For $25, you get a art print, one of a kind art print done by me, digital print. For I forget the tiers after that, and I'm the one who designed the damn thing.
That
for 34 cents, you get one
for
from me.
34 cents. I think our ultimate tier was the $50, which you get everything that we just described, plus an exclusive Sarlacc Digest T-shirt, and that all the money's going back into the podcast for cameras and stuff like this, getting bigger. It's not just all of that. The $50 mark is actually you get a virtual seat at the table where you can chime in on Skype right.
and join us.
That's right. We will.
But
Skype
I might cuss at you. Just be aware.
There will be, but yeah. There is some off-air antics that goes on before we go live and everything, and so be prepared to get cussed at. It's awesome. It's awesome. At least once a year, I get cussed out by Chris. So.
Make sure to get your mic in check. Stupid anecdotes and get your facts straight.
That's important. Yes.
That's every after action review and pre-show.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just don't come at us with a bunch of Wikipedia stuff.
Right.
No,
don't do that. But yeah, so
you got a question? I might have to roll back and get an answer, but I'll find it.
Hey, you know, I was thinking about doing is one of our Wednesday episodes or something, or every other Friday. Maybe we'll do a trivia contest, a 0.5 or something. Like we'll sit there and do trivia like we did before back in the day. This kind of
at home.
I do want to do one.
I do want to do this.
Yeah, I want to do one where people ask us and try to stump us, and they can go online. They could do whatever they want. You know. No.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, because I mean, I just don't think we can be beat. I'm just throwing it out there.
I love it. Mervine said he clicked our at fans only website, so you don't have to be lonely at fallenfetsonly.com.
Fallenfetsonly.com. I'm actually really curious about that.
Are my pics on that site? Is that why he wanted to?
I don't know. Chris,
bastard.
but I'm very afraid of internet surfing these days, considering what you have actually put out there, and I'm afraid what I'm going to stumble across. So,
You never know.
yes, I go to those sites. Okay, I said it. All right, and you
Hey, I got to get through this thing, man. You got to make money where you can make money.
that's funny. All right, cool. But yeah,
Here's the thing. You got to start on Reddit first to see if you have a following, and then you jump from a following to a friends only, and then all of a sudden you're on browsers and shit's jamming. You don't know.
as is life, right?
Wow.
As is life. But yeah, all our other links are in the description below. So follow, like, subscribe, send out our podcast to everybody that you think they would love Star Wars or just want to get away from it a little bit and just kind of geek out with us. With that,
You guys are faithful, so it's like, please share us. You know, if you like what you hear and you keep joining us every week, please share us.
or tell us, something you don't like. I'm willing
Yeah.
to sick Chris on you on that too. So
I'll turn my volume down.
might have to.
We
get
can always mute Mike. That's cool.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
You don't need to.
I
The
know.
one time he was here, it didn't record.
I know. It's weird. Yeah, that's weird. No. No.
when you get a text after saying, "Dude, I'm so sorry."
Yeah. Then I had to go back and go, what did he just do? But anyway. Bootleg Joe, where can we find you?
Hashtag
man?
Rona.
You can find me here at the Sarlacc Digest, and you can find me at bootleg Joe _760. First of all, I want to thank you guys, my crew, for just doing this. This is good therapy, not just because of the whole coronavirus thing. My wife lost an uncle this past week that we were all very close with. So he is one with the Force, and it was a hard week, really hard week.
Sorry.
Added to stress.
Yeah, well,
So,
sorry
yeah,
to hear
I need
that.
this tonight.
Amongst everything else that's going on, it's just, we need some uplifting news every once in a while, to get our heads straight. Yeah, it's uncertain times. Me being self-employed, it's very uncertain. So we're doing everything we can to stay positive and just kind of just go with the flow. I can go home and I have Star Wars and the podcast and everybody else here, the listeners that we have, the people in our chat room, you guys. It's all community, That's why I don't understand sometimes why there are those people that just kind of turn their back on Star Wars because of Disney and all that stuff, but because they're forgetting what it actually is. It's more than a movie to us.
Yeah,
like I've said before.
So thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank our listeners. I mean, because if it wasn't for the listeners, we wouldn't even be really doing this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
They're reaching out to you too, Joey. They're each one of them. We've got Michael, we've got Psycho Shinobi, and Josh, all saying sorry to hear about your loss, brother.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Chris, where can we find you, man? Right here. Okay. Scott, now.
Okay.
Right here.
Go ahead.
Here's the deal.
I'm just going by
I
your
will
reaction.
do some videos this week.
Story time.
I will Fuck. I'll co-brand them. I'll pretend to be Hoth this week, and I'll get some book reviews out.
Okay.
And we'll do that on YouTube. Okay.
Okay.
I'll get that
Awesome.
at home anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm not commuting. I have no excuse.
Just turn your phone on and do something like I
I'm
did
sitting
last
here. I'm
Friday.
sitting here at home living my best life, like quite fine. I can take an hour and I'll get you a book review. Damn it.
Awesome. Well, we got the format now. We've got the YouTube for the exact format, so exclusive.
Yeah, I'm just
YouTube
gonna be doing a selfie video, like, oh damn, like this.
We can have you
Can't hear
doing
you.
it. I would watch a video of just dusting your pops. Just Let's do that.
What am I wearing when you're seeing this video? Am I getting paid for this video?
Remember that jacket
Just
on
your
your
pops,
21st
hey.
birthday? Remember that jacket that I bought? No.
Dustin is pops with this is Sarlacc socks on.
Oh, they're Sarlacc socks. You know,
Hey, mine's came in today.
I got mine in what? Yes,
Yeah.
the other day, and I was afraid to model them for you guys. It was the weirdest thing to try to take a picture and send it to you guys. I'm like, nah, they'll just take my word for it. They're cool. I'm not gonna send a picture.
I'm gonna have to
of me
order
in my
a set.
socks.
X-ray leads.
I'm not gonna do it. Oh my God. Well, Chris, hopefully that works out, and you do something, man. We gotta look forward to it. We only bug you because we like the content.
Whatever.
Whatever, dude.
I can't cuss. I had 4 responses in my head and I had to hold them all back.
That's
so
all right.
Whatever.
Virtually cuss me out. That's fine. Just send those thoughts.
This is where you learn sign language and just send him all the nice
Yeah, go for
curse words in sign
it.
language.
Scott, where can you find you? Also,
Yeah.
Go ahead. Where can we find you?
That's the one. You can find me on the Nerds with Attitude podcast sometimes, and Nerd Tunes. We just dropped our April 1st, April Fool's Day episode,
Okay.
and
I want to say something about that
Yes,
episode.
please.
That was the
Yes.
best 4 minutes that I've had in a long time.
Awesome.
And I'm used to saying that, right? I'm never used to hearing that. The best 4 minutes of it, but 4 minutes. First off, wow. But no, your Nerd Tunes episode with the shortest songs ever. I was laughing. I thought you guys did an amazing job at that.
Thank you.
I was just
Thank you.
and that short little time frame that you did was just perfect for me to actually give me a smile today. So that was awesome. That was really cool.
It literally took us listening to the music. It took us 6 minutes to record the whole thing because we had to do a couple of things over again and edit it together. But the whole episode took 6 minutes to record.
Yeah, it seemed seamless.
It's fantastic.
I was just like, those songs are awesome. The way you guys did it real fast was awesome. I was just like cracking up the whole time. So
we did our best John Machida impersonation, where we talked really fast and to get through it all. Yeah,
micro machines.
Exactly.
Oh shit!
I understood that preference.
Shoot.
Thanks for listening.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Of course. I try not to miss too many episodes. If I do, I you gang them up later and you binge listen. So you can find myself on this episode podcast also, of course. But also, I dropped a video last Friday. Just kind of turned on my camera and just kind of showed you guys what I've been up to at home. And just my thoughts for the day. So if you like that kind of stuff, I'll do more. If not, then I'll do more. So you got no choice. That's what I'm going to be doing. So YouTube is going to be where it's going to be at for our content. A lot of it still on our SoundCloud, so definitely check that out. Instagram is going to be pretty much doing some stuff again on there. We're never absent. We're always looking, even if we're not posting. So thank you, everybody, for listening. Again, stay safe out there, and we'll get through this. It's just another speed bump, another crisis that the world goes through. There's got to be some positive to it down the line. There has to be. We just have to find it, right? So
yeah.
With that, I think we're done.
Keep it nerdy, guys.
Yep.